remember our deep dive into manifestation and the law of assumption.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty fascinating stuff. Well, today we're going a little bit further with this and getting visual.
Okay.
We're doing a deep dive into vision boards.
Vision boards, huh?
Yeah.
They're really cool. They're a great way to kind of bridge that gap between, the intangible dreams that we have and then like the actual concrete steps that we need to take to actually make them a reality.
Yeah, that's so true. It's like, those thoughts swirling around in your head and then you like get to pin them down and like make them real.
You got it.
We have 3 articles here that we're going to be diving into.
Okay.
And they're all about vision boards.
Yeah.
We got some pretty inspiring stories in them and some practical advice, so I'm excited to dive in. But first, let's start with the basics. What is a vision board?
Yeah. So basically a vision board is a visual representation of all your goals and aspirations.
Okay.
You can think of it like a collage, but not just like any old collage. It's very specifically curated. And it's with images, words, affirmations, anything that really visually captures like the essence of the life that you want to create.
Okay, so it's not just about like slapping up pretty pictures. It's about being really intentional with what you choose.
Absolutely.
But what makes it so powerful? Like, is it just about having something pretty to look at?
No, it's so much more than that.
Okay.
So when you create a vision board, it actually has this like really profound psychological impact.
Interesting.
So the first thing is that it forces you to get really clear about what it is you actually want.
Mm-hmm.
It's really easy to say, oh, I want to be happy or I want to travel. But a vision board demands specifics.
Right. So instead of just being like, oh, I want a vacation, it's
Yeah.
like finding a picture of you standing on the Great Wall of China.
Yeah.
Or, like sipping a cocktail on a beach in Bali.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's all about the specifics.
Yeah.
And that specificity is so important because it actually activates the law of assumption.
Oh, right. I remember that.
Yeah. Remember, the law of assumption basically states that whatever you assume to be true will become your reality.
Right.
So when you are visualizing these specific details on your vision board, you are telling your subconscious mind, this is what my life looks like. This is my reality.
So you're basically seeing it every day, and it's like you're already living it. It starts to feel real.
Yeah. And it starts to feel attainable, too.
Exactly.
And, that visual element is so crucial because pictures evoke so much stronger emotions than just like abstract thought.
Right.
Like, think about it. What's more compelling? A vague thought about being financially free or a picture of yourself like relaxing on a yacht.
Definitely the yacht. Yeah, I can practically feel the sun on my face.
Exactly.
So we're starting to see that connection back to the law of assumption. But like, how does the vision board actually work? Is it magic?
Well, not magic,
Oh,
but I mean, it can kind of feel like it. So one of the keys to understanding the power of vision boards is this part of your brain called the reticular activating system. It's also known as the RAS.
Oh, isn't that the thing where if you're like thinking about buying a red car, you suddenly start seeing red cars everywhere?
Yes, that's exactly it.
Okay, yeah.
So your RAS acts as this like filter for your brain, and it's focusing your attention on the things that you deem important. So when you create a vision board and you're constantly looking at those images of your goals, your brain starts to pick up on these like opportunities and resources that relate to your goals that you might have otherwise missed.
Oh,
Yeah.
So it's not that the vision board is like magically bringing you those things.
Right.
It's just that it's helping you see what was already there, but maybe hidden in plain sight.
Exactly. It's like you've programmed your internal radar to be scanning for things that'll help you move towards your goals.
That's why.
And it's not just about the things that you see. It's also about the people you meet, the conversations you have, even just the random ideas that pop into your head.
This is so cool. Okay, so we've covered what a vision board is and the science behind why it works. But now I'm curious about the actual process of building one.
Yeah.
So is it really just about like finding a bunch of pretty pictures and gluing them down? Or is there more to it?
Well, there's definitely more nuance to it than that.
Okay.
These articles that we're looking at really emphasize the environment that you create when you're making the vision board. And the mindset you bring to it are super crucial. It's almost like a ritual.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Oh,
So it's about setting an intention from the start,
Yeah.
like imbuing the board with positive energy.
Exactly.
Okay. So what are some of the key takeaways for creating a vision board that actually works?
Well, first of all, we've already talked about this, but specificity is like really key.
Yeah.
So don't just put any old picture of a house on there. Find the house that makes your heart sing.
Yeah.
And don't just put a generic happy couple on there if you're looking for love. You want to visualize yourself with your ideal partner.
I love that. And one thing that really stood out to me in the articles was the power of actually using personal photos.
Right.
It's not just about the stuff you want. It's about actually seeing yourself in that dream life, right?
Okay, exactly. And also, don't just focus on the end result. Like, think about the actions that are actually going to get you there.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, if you want to be a writer, don't just show a published book. Show yourself writing. Maybe even show yourself receiving an award or something.
Okay. So it's about capturing the journey as much as the destination.
Yeah.
And I can imagine that that also ties back into feeling those emotions.
Right.
Like seeing yourself actively engaged in that dream life must really amplify those feelings of like excitement and possibility, huh?
It totally does. And the more you can immerse yourself in those emotions, especially like while you're creating the board, the more powerful it becomes.
I love that. Okay, so let's hear about some of these success stories. So, in one of the articles, they mentioned a woman named Sarah who had this dream of owning a beach house. But she had like a pretty modest income.
Right.
So tell me about Sarah.
Okay, so Sarah's story is actually super inspiring.
Okay.
So she created this like super detailed vision board with pictures of her ideal home, like right down to the ocean view, you know, the cozy living room.
Oh, wow.
And every day she would look at this vision board and she would actually visualize herself living there, feeling the ocean breeze and like walking along the shore.
Wow.
But here's the really important part. She just assumed that this house was already hers, even though at the time her income really couldn't support such a purchase.
Wow. So she had like serious belief.
Yeah.
So what happened? Did she win the lottery?
Well, no, not quite. But I mean, it's almost as amazing.
Okay.
So she actually ended up getting this super unexpected promotion
Oh, wow.
with a big salary increase. And she was able to find the exact house that she had put on her vision board.
Oh, my God.
And it was at a price that she could now afford.
That's incredible. It's like the universe conspired to make it happen.
It really is.
But it's not just about material things, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's also the story of Tom, who was stuck in a dead-end job, but was really dreaming of a fulfilling career.
Yeah. So Tom's story is a really great example of the power of vision boards to transform not just our circumstances, but also our beliefs about ourselves.
Okay, yeah.
You know, he was feeling so stuck and hopeless about his career.
Mm-hmm.
So he created this board and he filled it with images of like successful entrepreneurs and awards and like motivational quotes and stuff. And he would visualize himself being respected in his field and just really thriving.
So he wasn't just wishing for a new job. He was shifting his entire mindset about like what he was capable of.
Exactly. And you know what? Within like 6 months, he was offered this job that totally aligned with his vision.
That's incredible.
And that was just the beginning.
Oh, wow.
He ended up starting his own business and it became super successful.
Wow, good for him.
Yeah. His vision board had really helped him to break free from all those limiting beliefs he had
Yeah,
and like step into his full potential.
that's amazing. And it really highlights how vision boards can work on multiple levels.
Right.
It's not just about attracting external things. It's about becoming the person who's actually capable of achieving those things.
Exactly. And we have one more story here that just really beautifully illustrates this point.
Okay.
And it's about Emily, who was looking for love.
Ah, yes, Emily.
So she had been single for years and she was really starting to get discouraged.
Right.
But she didn't give up.
Good for her.
Yeah. Instead of giving up, she decided to create this vision board to attract the love that she really wanted in her life.
Okay.
So she created this board and it had all these images of happy couples and wedding scenes and like all these affirmations about being worthy of love.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and every single day she would look at this board and she would visualize herself in a loving, happy relationship. And she just like assumed that it was already hers.
Wow. So did she meet her soulmate?
She did. A few months after creating this vision board, she actually met someone who perfectly matched her vision.
Oh, wow.
And they fell in love, and now they're happily married.
That's so amazing. I love that. These stories are so inspiring.
Yeah.
They really show that no matter what your dream is, like a new home, a fulfilling career, finding love, a vision board can be like a really powerful tool to help make it a reality.
Yeah. And what's truly fascinating is that in each of these stories, there's this common thread. Each of these people truly believed in their vision,
Yeah.
and they took inspired action.
Okay, that makes sense. So the vision board wasn't like a magic wand.
No.
It was more like a catalyst for change.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's amazing how just like having that visual can really make it feel like, oh yeah, I can actually achieve this.
Totally.
Goes from just a wish to like a possibility. But what happens after that initial spark?
Yeah.
Do vision boards just like give you that like temporary boost of motivation, or can they actually help create lasting change?
It's a great question.
Yeah.
And it's actually something that's addressed in all three of these articles.
Oh, interesting.
The power of vision boards really goes way beyond just like that initial burst of inspiration.
Okay.
They can actually help you cultivate a whole mindset that actually supports your dreams in the long term.
Okay, I'm intrigued. So how does a vision board actually go from just being a pretty picture to like helping us change our behavior?
So think of your vision board as like this visual contract with yourself.
Okay.
Every time that you look at it, you're being reminded of this commitment that you've made to your goals.
Okay.
It's not about like guilt or pressure.
Right.
It's about gentle but powerful reinforcement.
Yeah, it's like a visual reminder of what you're working towards, like
Yeah.
what you really want.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to get caught up in everyday life and kind of forget about those deeper desires.
Exactly. And it also strengthens your belief.
Okay.
When you see those images every day, over and over again, it becomes so much harder to doubt that your dreams are actually possible.
Yeah, it's like you're training your brain to see it as attainable instead of just some far-off fantasy.
Yes.
And I imagine that that shift in belief
Yeah.
has to make a huge difference in how you approach those goals, huh?
It totally does. And it also naturally leads to more inspired action. But there's another really powerful emotion at play here, too, which is gratitude.
Oh. Oh.
And, all of these articles really emphasize the importance of actually looking at your vision board as if your dreams are already a reality.
So instead of being like, I want this, it's like, I'm so grateful for this.
Yeah.
Even though you haven't fully achieved it yet.
Exactly,
Got it.
because that shift in perspective is so incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
It actually raises your vibration and it makes you like a magnet for even more abundance and positivity in your life.
I love that. This is all making so much sense. But I have to admit, sometimes when I look at my own vision board, that little voice of doubt does creep in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, is this really going to work?
Right.
So is that normal? How do you deal with those moments of skepticism?
You know what? It is totally normal to have those moments of doubt.
Okay.
It's really common.
Okay, good.
And, actually all the articles acknowledge that skepticism is one of the biggest barriers to manifestation. But the key here is to remember that your subconscious mind is taking cues from what you focus on.
Oh. So if you're dwelling on the doubt, you're sending the wrong signal to your subconscious.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
And that can make those dreams harder to achieve.
Okay.
So this is where the vision board comes in. It's this super powerful tool to help redirect your focus back to the positive.
Okay.
By consistently engaging with your vision and all of those positive emotions, you're essentially rewiring your brain to focus on what you want, not what you fear.
Okay. So it's like a mental muscle that you're strengthening. The more you work on believing it, the less power that doubt has over you.
Yeah, it's a great analogy. And you know what? It actually gets even more exciting.
Okay, tell me.
There are all these techniques that we can actually use to amplify the power of our vision boards even more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I love it. What are they?
Okay, so all three articles highlight a bunch of really fantastic techniques that can help to supercharge the whole manifestation process.
I'm ready. I'm all ears. What are the secret weapons?
Okay, so one of the most powerful ones is emotional immersion.
Okay.
It's not just enough to passively look at your vision board.
Okay.
You really have to actively feel the emotions as if your dreams are already happening.
Okay, so it's about really tapping into that feeling.
Yeah.
Like whatever it is, joy, excitement, gratitude, like actually feeling it as if you're living that dream life right now.
Yes, that's it. And the more you embody those feelings, the stronger that signal that you're sending to your subconscious mind is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And here's another great tool that we can use, which is affirmations.
Oh, yeah. Affirmations, the
Yeah.
power of words.
Yeah.
So how do we incorporate those into our vision board practice?
So you can actually write them right on your vision board, or you can even just speak them out loud as you're looking at those images.
okay.
So for example, if you have a picture of your dream home on your board, you might say something like, I am so grateful to be living in this beautiful, spacious home.
I love that. It's like creating a soundtrack for your vision board.
Yes, exactly. You're adding this extra layer of positive energy and intention.
Love it.
And speaking of keeping things fresh, another tip is to actually keep your vision board updated.
Ooh.
So as you achieve goals or as your desires evolve, don't be afraid to like change things up, add new things, take things away. It's not like a static piece of art.
Okay.
It should be a reflection of your dreams as they're evolving.
Oh, so it's like a living, breathing representation of your journey.
That's a great way to put it. Exactly. And here's one more bonus tip for anyone who's like a night owl. Combine your vision board practice with nighttime visualization.
Nighttime visualization. Okay,
Yeah.
What is that?
Okay, so it's a super powerful technique where you actually visualize your desired reality right before you go to sleep.
Oh.
So your subconscious mind is actually like super receptive at that time. So it's like the perfect time to really plant those seeds of possibility.
So I'm guessing this involves more than just glancing at your board as you're like turning off the light.
Yeah. It's really about taking a few minutes to actually look at each image and actually feel those emotions and really imagine yourself living that life. It's like you're giving your subconscious mind this powerful movie to watch as you drift off to sleep.
Oh, I love that. Okay. So we've gone from the basics of what a vision board is to all these really cool techniques for how to like amplify their power.
Yeah.
Let's circle back to those inspiring stories for a minute.
Okay.
What else can we learn from Sarah, Tom, and Emily? Was there a secret ingredient that made their vision board so successful?
I don't know if there was like a secret ingredient, but there definitely was a common thread that we saw in each of their stories.
What was it?
They didn't just create their board and then like sit back and wait for magic to happen.
Right.
They took inspired action.
Oh, okay. So it's about aligning your actions with your vision. It's not just passively hoping for the best.
That's exactly it. Sarah didn't just dream of a beach house. She worked really hard and she positioned herself for that promotion.
Right.
And Tom didn't just wish for a better career. He actually went out and he sought out those opportunities and he developed his skills.
Yeah.
And Emily didn't just like long for love. She actually put herself out there.
Yeah.
And she was open to new experiences.
So it's like the vision board was the roadmap, but they were the ones who actually had to like drive the car.
That is such a perfect analogy. And, it brings that itself is just a tool.
Okay.
It's a really powerful tool, but it's not a magic wand.
Okay.
The real magic is actually within you.
Yeah.
It's your belief, it's your commitment, and your willingness to actually take action.
So it's about using the vision board to like propel ourselves forward.
Yes.
Not just like, okay, I made this vision board, I'm done.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. But what does taking inspired action actually look like in practice? Mm-hmm. Is it just about working harder? Or is there something more to it?
That's a great question. And that's actually something that we're going to be talking about when we come back.
Oh.
Yeah. We're going to really explore the nuances of what inspired action looks like and how we can recognize those little nudges from the universe and how to actually stay motivated when things get tough. So stay tuned.
All right, welcome back to our deep dive into vision boards.
Yes.
Before the break, we were talking about inspired action, that kind of like magical combination of having this clear vision and then actually taking steps to make it real.
Right. And what's really interesting about inspired action is that it's not just about like willpower.
Oh, okay.
Or like forcing things to happen.
Right.
It's more about aligning yourself with the energy of your goals and then trusting that the universe is going to support you along the way.
So it's less about like pushing and more about flowing.
Yeah.
And trusting that things will kind of unfold naturally.
Exactly.
But how do you actually know what inspired action feels like?
Yeah.
Is it a gut feeling? Is it a burst of inspiration? Or is it something else entirely?
It can show up in a bunch of different ways, but it often starts with just like a heightened sense of awareness.
Okay.
Remember how we talked about the reticular activating system?
Yeah, the RAS.
Yes. The part of your brain that filters information based on what's important to you.
Right.
So when you're really aligned with your vision, your RAS actually becomes like super tuned in to opportunities that support your goals.
Oh, so it's like your brain becomes a magnet for anything that can help you achieve those dreams.
Exactly. And inspired action often begins with noticing those synchronicities, like those seemingly random events that actually guide you closer to what you want. It could be meeting the right person at the right time, or coming across a book or an article that's really helpful, or even just having a random flash of insight that kind of points you in a new direction.
So it's about being open to those like unexpected twists and turns.
Yeah.
And trusting that the universe is kind of leading you down the right path, even if it doesn't always make logical sense in the moment.
Yes, that's the key.
Yeah.
Inspired action requires that leap of faith.
Right.
You have to be willing to trust that you're being guided, even when you can't really see the full picture yet.
And I can see how having a strong vision board practice can really help to build that trust.
Right.
Because you're constantly being reminded of the bigger picture.
Yeah.
That ultimate goal that you're working towards.
Absolutely. When your vision is super clear and you're really emotionally connected to it, those inspired actions feel less risky.
Yeah.
And more like exciting opportunities.
Yeah.
You're not just blindly following every impulse you get. You're actually being guided by this deep inner knowing that you're on the right track.
I love that.
Yeah.
But what about those times when, motivation inevitably dips or you hit a roadblock?
Yeah.
How do you stay connected to your vision and keep moving forward, especially when things get tough?
Yeah. It's totally natural to have those moments of doubt or just feel discouraged.
Right.
I mean, creating lasting change is a marathon, not a sprint.
That's so true.
So the key is to really develop resilience and build a practice that helps you stay connected to your vision even when you're facing those challenges.
So what are some things that we can do to kind of maintain that momentum?
One of the simplest but most powerful things is to just revisit your vision board regularly.
Okay.
Take a few minutes each day to really look at it, connect with those emotions, and just reaffirm your commitment to your goals. It's like giving yourself a little mini motivational boost every day.
I love that. And I imagine incorporating those other techniques that we talked about, like the affirmations and the nighttime visualization, can also help keep those positive vibes flowing and keep you focused.
Absolutely. And don't underestimate the power of celebrating your wins along the way.
Oh, yeah.
No matter how small they might seem, every step you take towards your vision is a victory.
That's so true.
You should acknowledge it.
It's about finding those moments of gratitude.
Yes.
Like, oh, I've actually come this far.
Yeah.
And using that as fuel to keep going.
Exactly. And remember, you don't have to do it alone.
Oh, right.
Surround yourself with people who are supportive.
Yeah.
People who believe in you and your vision.
It's like having your own personal cheerleading squad.
Exactly.
Even if it's just one person who really gets it,
yeah,
that can make all the difference.
It makes a huge difference. And also, don't be afraid to ask for guidance from mentors or people who have already achieved those things that you want to achieve.
Right.
Their experience and wisdom can be incredible support and can really offer a lot of insights.
It's like having a trailblazer to help you navigate the path.
Yes. And lastly, just remember that setbacks are going to happen.
Right.
They're inevitable, but they're not failures.
No.
They're opportunities to learn and adjust and grow.
Yeah.
So embrace those challenges as part of the process.
Right.
And use them to refine your approach and strengthen your resolve.
This has been such an amazing deep dive. We've explored the science and the magic of vision boards.
Yeah.
From the practical steps of how to create one to the really powerful shifts in mindset they can trigger.
We've seen how they can help us to clarify our deepest desires, activate the law of assumption, and just inspire us to take those aligned actions that we need to take.
Right.
And most importantly, we learn that the real power is within each of us.
Yeah.
It's our belief, our commitment, and our willingness to take action.
I feel so inspired to go back and give my own vision board a refresh.
Yeah.
And try to incorporate all these things we talked about today. And for those of you who haven't created a vision board yet, I hope this deep dive has sparked that desire to give it a try.
As we wrap up, I just want to leave you with a question.
Okay.
What one image, if you saw it every day, would make you believe that your dream is possible?
Ooh. That is such a powerful question. It really gets to the heart of what vision boards are all about.
Yeah.
Finding those images that spark our belief, fuel our passion, and make our dreams feel truly within reach.
So go out there, create your vision board, and watch the magic unfold.
Your dream life isn't just a possibility. It's waiting for you to step into it. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and we'll see you next time.
If you're enjoying our podcast and the insights we share, you'll absolutely love our ebooks crafted to take your manifestation journey to the next level. These ebooks are your ultimate tools to manifest abundance, love, confidence, and prosperity. Whether you're looking to master your self-concept, unlock financial freedom, or design the life of your dreams, we've got you covered. Inside, you'll find step-by-step guides, practical exercises, and bonus tools like printable affirmation cards and daily habits to keep you aligned with your goals. Simple, actionable, and designed to fit into even the busiest lifestyle, These ebooks are your personal roadmap to success and happiness. Take the next step in your manifestation journey. Click the link, explore our ebooks, and start creating the life you deserve today.